My God, it's hot as balls in the UK right now. Engagement is something that's spoke about quite a lot on Twitter when you're trying to build up your engagement, you're trying to build up your impressions. But what's not talked about is actually using those in the best way you can to build an actual following. So let's talk about that. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking the time out your day to come and watch this video on the channel dedicated to helping you grow a successful business through entrepreneurship, marketing and social media. If you would like to watch me when I'm live, I do stream currently on Thursdays and Sundays, with Thursdays hosting masterclasses on how you can improve and grow your discoverability as a streamer. If you would also like to have some more digestible content, I do post on Instagram 5 days a week with some things for streamers that they can take away and put into their own content. If you also want to just have a chat with me, drop me a DM on there. I would love to have a conversation with you. And by the way, if you screenshot this video and post it to your Instagram story, I'll shout you out because you're a legend. On Twitter, anyone can farm impressions. You could literally respond to everyone and anyone with one emoji and your impressions would go sky high. You can get the vanity metrics really easily on Twitter. This can also be the case when you're responding to big accounts right away. You've got their notifications on, you respond to them, you try to sort of get the impressions and likes from there. Although they're completely viable, you can actually do that. And I know on Instagram, some people do tell you to do this when you're really wanting to grow your account aggressively. Does it really build a true following if you're not offering some form of value? Now, when comparing Instagram and Twitter, it doesn't really work the same because Instagram is more focused on actually showing you the people you enjoy to watch, whereas Twitter, you can see everyone and anyone, no matter if you like or don't like the content that's being produced. It doesn't really filter it out the same, and this is why maybe Twitter and Instagram's route are completely different in the sense of you trying to build engagement from there. The first thing that you have to understand is what your target audience wants. Who do you actually want to consume your content with? Who are you targeting when you're making your content? And if you say to me, oh, I'm targeting everyone, you're most likely targeting no one, and you're not going to reach anyone that you're actually wanting to do. To build a true and loyal following, people need to understand who you are, what you try to do, the message you try to spread, that sort of things. And if you actually want to find out more about this, check this video up above. It will help you sort of clarify that a little bit more. Knowing your target audience is just as important as anything else in your business. You need to understand who you're talking to when you're actually tweeting. Now, yes, I know Twitter can be a sort of just get all your thoughts out there and whatnot, but even when you're doing that, you're still targeting the same audience that thinks the same way that you do, that sort of processes things the same way in same aspects that you do. It's interesting to see and study, but something many people don't understand. You need to want to get to know the people who are in your community. There's something that I see far too many focus on, and that's the people who are not following them instead of the people who already are. It doesn't really make that much sense to me because it's one of those things, people focus so much on the numbers and they don't actually focus on the value that each individual that follows you already can hold. It's been said many times before, the numbers and the people who follow you really doesn't matter. Maybe to some people it does, but in the long run, if you're genuinely thinking about a business, it's the quality of people who do follow you that actually matter. You could have 100,000 people following you and not one of them actually believe fully in what you do. Whereas you could have 5,000 followers and you could have 1,000 of those who actually believe in your content, who actually want to buy things from you, who actually want to support your journey. And that leads back to the 1,000 true fans theory. Just a side note with that, if you don't know what that is, it's basically you can have 1,000 true fans and you could live the best life that you want to live if those people believe in you. That sort of comes back to building the true target audience, the loyal fans, all that sort of stuff. You've then got to ask, who do I click with the most? Who do I sort of see myself being around? Who can I surround myself with that sort of resonates the same message that I try to spread? Because something that can help you exponentially meet a completely new target audience that's similar to what you're already targeting is collaborations. I know you might say people like Shroud or Valkyrie, there's people out there who you enjoy, but it's so unlikely that you're going to be able to have a conversation with them and collab with them. It just isn't going to happen right at the start, and we need to focus on building that foundation that they have built over many years. Doing this and collaborating with people who are sort of in your same niche, target audience, any area, and please don't put too much focus on the niche area. Your niche is only just one part of your business, but if you find someone who has the same message as you, who spreads the same words that you do, there's nothing wrong with trying to collab with them and create some content in the form that both of you do. It's actually something I need to do more, and I need to collab with more people who I enjoy in their content, because I know I can learn from so many of these people. I just need to take the jump and reach out to them. In future videos, I'm actually going to be talking about how to move outside your comfort zone a lot easier, and some systems that I've learned and utilised to this day that have really helped me push that. I mean, I've now recorded in the middle of London with everyone watching me, and we've even started streaming, talking to cameras, YouTube, podcast, everything like that, all which are taking me outside my comfort zone, and it's something that is terrifying but rewarding. Another thing, but something that gets missed over, is responding to the people who are in your community. And I'm not meaning in the one emoji or one word answers, I'm meaning genuinely being interested in other people. It's something not many of us are very good at anymore. We live in such a self-absorbed world. Everyone just looks for the toxicity in other people. Everyone looks to bring people down. No one really looks to bring others up that much anymore. And I want you to sort of try to change that mindset to be someone who you're really proud to be, and someone who's known to just be a genuine person. You have no idea how far just listening goes. You have no idea how far talking to someone and genuinely being interested goes, because it's a trait that's been lost over the last 20 or 30 years because of social media and now the internet. In the long run, just farming impressions and not really being interested in anyone isn't going to get you far. And it's a common saying, but it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So by you trying to make the quick impression gains and the quick engagement gains, in the long run, it's never going to pay off. This will lead you down to the path of burnout, not wanting to create content anymore, and probably quit. If you're serious about this, you're going to be willing to work on this for a long period of time before you get any traction that you want to get. And yeah, you might get it in the first month, you might get it in the next 10 years. You don't know that. But if you continue to stay strong with your message, be genuinely interested in people, it will pay off. Be your best self. That's a really hard-hitting statement right there. And it's actually one that's pretty difficult to do, because being your best self makes you vulnerable, very vulnerable, because on social media, anything you say or do is criticised. I am one for stopping to use social media as much as I used to, because all you would do is you would go on there and you would find criticism after criticism after criticism. And it wasn't to me in particular, but it was just to everyone else in the world. People are so caught up about everyone else's mistakes, they're so afraid to look at their own and how they can actually push forward as an individual. This is why you should just be your best self, to focus on those who believe in what you do and try to spread the same message, because it's going to make you happier, it's going to make you more motivated to make better and more content for those people and provide more value for that. The final sort of bigger thing I'm going to talk about today is asking people questions. You have no idea the power of just asking an open-ended question. Put it this way, when has someone ever asked you a question and it's about you and something that you've done and you've just said, yeah, no, I'm not discussing that at all. I mean, I'm not meaning like a drunken night out that you want to forget. I'm meaning a genuine question to get to know you, your hobbies, your likes, what the things you want to do during the week. You have never really said, you know what, no, I don't really want to discuss that. I'm not too bothered. Everyone likes to talk about themselves. So it's just a part of being human. We like to discuss our stories, our experiences, and what goes on. So by you asking the people who already follow you what they're up to, what their week's like, what they like to do, literally any open-ended question will allow you to get to know the people who follow you, allowing you to target your audience in the best way that you possibly can for who you enjoy to interact with the most. Again, I'm leading back to being genuine about it. Actually want to get to know the answer of what you're asking. I'm not saying this just to put out an open-ended question for random impression's sake. I'm meaning it to actually get to know the people who don't follow you and follow you, to then build up that loyal community and potentially loyal followers. In the past, I'd done a 7 days to become a pro at Twitter, so if you would like to watch that, I go really in depth about what sort of tweets work better for content creators and why some don't and why some do. So I would highly recommend checking that out if that's something you're interested in and really want to dive into. I'm going to go over some quick things about what you can do right now to sort of change your perspective on Twitter and how you go about doing it. This is just sort of quick fire round. Get to know your community's likes, dislikes, and whatever else goes on in their life. You know, actually getting to know them, they're going to appreciate that a little bit more. Give other people reason to follow you. Why should anyone click that follow button and start liking your tweets, interacting with your tweets? What value are you giving to them? Far too many are focusing on the numbers they're getting and not focusing on the people who actually want the value that they believe they're going to get by following you. If you're doing going live posts for stream, make them a little bit more interesting. Tell people what they're going to get by clicking on, rather than just putting your link and that's all you're ever putting. Convey emotion. The importance of emotion is actually so much more than you think. We react through our emotions. So the more emotions that you convey within your tweets and within your content, the more people are likely to interact. This is why when people talk about the things that are going on in their life, a lot of people often have the same things that happen because these are common things, and why more interaction can be engaged when more connect and more emotions are triggered through a tweet. Give your points of view. Don't just be a yes man, and don't just post things to make people like you. Post your genuine points of view and stick to your word. That's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to be a genuine human being like we should be, and you trying to manipulate and you trying to use other people is going to be found out very quickly. So the earlier you just want to become yourself, the better. Post a variety of content: polls, questions, pictures, videos, clips, everything. Just do the lot. See what you enjoy the most, see what you like the best, and move forward with that. All of these different techniques are ones that are able to push you forward if utilised the right way. And I know I didn't go extremely in depth with them all because that video would take about an hour and a half to go through just one of them. But if you want to hear more about it, be sure to leave a like on the video and let me know down in the comments what you would like to see next, because I want to provide the most value I possibly can for all of you, and I hope this does help. Again, if you would like to get some more digestible content for streamers, maybe some of the mistakes you're making, how to improve, and how to really push yourself forward, Instagram link is down below. Send me a DM if you'd like. I'd love to chat with you. And I also stream on Thursdays and Sundays over at twitch.tv/Andrew Ellis. I would love for you to join the family. It's been great getting to know some of you who have come from the YouTube, so I really do appreciate it. I'm not going to say this is going to grow your engagement right away, but what I am saying is these are the mistakes I see over and over and over again, and then no one wanting to change, to actually take the actionable steps to make a difference in their profiles. These are things that have allowed me to grow over to 2 million impressions per month and actually being myself from it. So if it's something you're wanting to learn more about, be sure to let me know. I'd love to have a conversation with it. If you'd like to watch any of the further videos, they are on the screen right now, and I want to thank again to all the patrons for supporting me and doing what I'm doing. Have a fantastic day.